Yo, so I had a really big realization yesterday, and I have to say, I am so grateful that I have good friends that I could actually process through things with out loud and reflect and ask questions and all of that, get feedback. And like when I say feedback, I don't mean like opinions on like what I should be doing or how I should be feeling, but like those reflective questions or clarifying things like when the other person is asking you, so then you have to like clarify it within yourself, like what is that, where is that coming from. And it's so helpful than just hearing everything out loud and actually putting words to what you're feeling and trying to articulate that. It's a really good process for working through things. I can see why therapy works for a lot of people. 'Cause yeah, I was talking through some things with a friend, what I was experiencing at the moment, then journaled it after and got even more clarity, and then expanded even more and went deeper as to what I was feeling. So yeah, whatever internal issues that you are facing that you just keep going through and you just can't seem to figure out what's wrong with you, just get it out. Get it out of your head somehow. Speak it out loud. Write it down in a journal. So helpful. It has really helped me work through so much. And you don't even have to talk to a person if you don't have anybody that you trust to talk to. Can't pay for therapy. Go talk to a tree. Go talk to nature. Go talk to your cat or something. Just speak it out loud. Give it to the winds. But yeah, to get to my experience, I had a little work meeting the day before with a couple friends on a project we're working on, and I I got up, made sure that I was ready. I ate, I even had coffee. But then I noticed that I was feeling a little down, and it might have even been the day before that I was already feeling that. But I kind of just written it off as I was tired. So like during the work meeting, I found myself just not really there. The two of them were talking and collaborating, and like to be fair, my friend was the one that was leading this meeting. And though she was leading the activity, I could have been giving my input, but I just like did not feel like being there. I was not present. I just could not connect. And I'm just so aware of this that I've been like in my own head, and all these things are going through my head. Why can't I connect? Why am I not present? Why can't I talk to them? Like, why can't I be here and be a part of this? Like, why am I so uninterested? Like, I just don't want to be here. Like, I want to go sleep or something. And I'm like, why am I so tired? I just drink coffee. Like, I don't understand. Why am I always like this? Because that is something I consistently experience. Like, that has just been my life. Like, whenever I'm around people, maybe not all the time, but it happens often where I just do not feel like I can connect to the people around me, and I just feel so inward, so what I thought was tired. But then the more I thought about it, I finally realized that it was sadness without cause. I didn't know why it was happening, but I felt sad. And that did something for me, because all these years I thought I just had a tired personality, and I've even talked about that with another friend who kind of feels the same thing. I don't know if it's the same thing, but he's mentioned being tired as your personality, just like not having the energy, not really present, not being able to connect, just feeling low. I thought I was just always tired, but now I realize I have a deep sadness. And so then I spent all day trying to figure out why, because that's what my brain does. Is when I notice something in myself, I have to analyze everything, and I have to have answers for it. I have to rationalize why this is. I have to go trace back every little thing and weigh all the different factors and see exactly what this is and figure my own brain out. So I was doing that, and it came up with a few things. Like, it could be my abuse and trauma, the forced disconnection from myself as a kid, because I know I have an issue with my inner child and feeling safe and just being disconnected from myself, all of that. I know I also hold a lot of familiar and ancestral trauma and sadness in myself. Like, I feel specific people's pain, especially like from women in my family. I, for some reason, just the one that is holding onto all of that, or rather feeling all of it. And plus, I was about to bleed, so I'm like, what is this? Why am I feeling like this? I don't want to feel like this. And honestly, it's probably all of it. I obviously can't measure any of it, but I just felt so bad about it because there's such a stigma about sadness in my life, because my dad really hated depression because my mom was depressed. And then he started to see that in me, and he would get mad at her for it, and he would punish me for it. So for years, for so many years, it was something that was really hard to even face, that was something that I was experiencing. And then when I did, I judged myself for it, and it made me feel worse. I dealt with many years of depression, and I finally learned to not judge it and to not be mad or hate myself, or to let myself get even sadder because I'm experiencing sadness. It's normal. It is a normal state of humanness. That is something that we experience, and there's such a bad stigma on that from society. Any negative emotions, we are just supposed to pretend that we do not feel that we don't experience that we shouldn't talk about it. And that has been so damaging for so many of us. And that's why I'm choosing to share now my process, to help destigmatize, to help with the thought process, and maybe help others go through their own emotions, because that is something that needs to be seen and felt. Something that I've noticed from my own traumas, through my own healing process, is that these things keep coming up, begging to be seen and heard and felt, because we want to keep pushing it down. It doesn't want to be pushed out, it wants to be let out. And that is kind of what I came to yesterday. I mean, it's still new, still processing, not going to have all the answers right away. That's something else that I've learned through this process, is the healing journey is not linear. It's not instant as we want it to be. There's layers to it. Things might come up, and then we judge ourselves for that. Why aren't I healed yet? Like, I've already worked through this. It comes up in different ways and different depths depending on how deep it is for us. And some of us, very rational, feel like we need to understand it and make it go away. We need to fix it. And maybe it's not supposed to go that way. Like, eventually we'll understand it, but like, we think that we have to understand it right away to be able to make it go away. And with what I processed yesterday, I don't think that I fully understand it. I mean, like, I have a good understanding of myself, but I think, like, in time, the understanding will come as I go through the healing process, and I'm learning more to just go with the flow of my emotions and to just let things come up. Cry if you need to, share if you need to, connect with others, be vulnerable. Those are things that I've been trying to do recently. It is very hard. I've been on this healing journey for years, and I have came so far in my healing journey. You just have to stay consistent with it. Don't judge yourself. Give yourself patience. Give yourself love and kindness. And just know that this is a normal part of the human experience. My inner child has been begging for years, since I've been a child, to just be seen and felt and loved and heard. And I feel like I am just now getting that. I know that is something I did not receive as a child, and it has led to many different issues and situations, and not being able to connect, not being able to be vulnerable, having walls and stuff up, being rigid, being closed off from people. But now I'm working on doing those things that make me scared. Opening up to people, being vulnerable, showing who I am, making myself feel safe. It is hard. It's a process. It's scary, but I do not want to feel this way anymore. I'm tired of being sad. I am tired of feeling like I can't connect to people. I'm tired of feeling like I can't be open, like I'm not safe. So I'm choosing to change that for myself. And that is something that you need to do if you want to heal through your traumas. If you want to work through whatever it is that keeps coming up for you, that is the process. I've had so many bad experiences with men throughout my life that it has been so hard to feel safe with them, to feel like I could open up, to feel like I could be vulnerable, to feel like I could let them inside and show them myself. But I've actually started healing that side of myself with a man recently. That has also been very scary, very slow process, still in the process obviously. And that is something that I feel like is intertwined with this other realization that I had, because for me, a big part of it stems from my inner child and the needs of my inner child and what I need to do to heal her. But yeah, the healing journey, again, is not linear. It is a process. Sometimes we need to come back to points that we've already been at. We just have to remember not to judge ourselves for that. And be patient and kind and loving with yourself, because that is the process. Yeah, and I'm not here to be a coach or to give you answers and tell you that I have it all figured out. I'm trying to figure it out still. That's why I'm just here sharing my process, hoping that it helps people, giving a visual of what it looks like, trying to organize the thoughts within my own head and process things out loud once again. If you're going to do this, please find support of some sort and know how to ground yourself back to reality, because I don't know where everyone is on their process. We're all experiencing different spectrums, different levels of whatever the fuck is in our life. So I don't want to just recklessly say, just like feel everything. Just do it in layers of what you can handle in the moment, because the healing process is an onion. There are so many layers to peel back, but don't let that scare you. It gets easier as you keep doing it, and you start to learn what the process is, and it's like, okay, I'm just going through this again. Like I said, I don't even get depressed anymore. I know I just made the basis of this video me being sad, but like that sadness is already past. Like this was 2 days ago that I was feeling that. Now I'm good. I just don't judge it anymore and let it linger and let it take over my life, because I understand that that is just my body telling me something needs attention, something needs to be felt, something needs to be looked at. It is a message from your body. Pay attention to what your emotions are, because that's what they are. Don't try and numb yourself. But yeah, I'm Sydney. On this channel, I like to share my reflections of my journey, whether it's healing or thoughts that I have, my own evolution, because now I'm not really afraid to talk about these things, as many people are. I feel like it's really helpful to share the untalked about, because so many people are looking for some sort of direction, some sort of help, some sort of insight. I think we should help each other out. That's actually what helped me out on my journey, is people sharing online when I felt like I had nobody else to talk to, nobody else that understood. So here I am giving the same thing back. Hope this was helpful, and I will see you guys in the next reflection.